Hi friends, I was challenged this week by a friend and former colleague to address the topic of anti-Semitism, and it's something I don't think should ever wait for an incident or an event or an atrocious hate crime or a ridiculous hateful statement. I think it is something that we need to do every day of our life. That is the nature of the work of fighting hatred against Jews, anti-Semitism. I think I learned that lesson very early when I was 7 or 8 years old. I was in a group of friends in my small neighborhood in Sault Ste. Marie, and my father overheard a comment. It was a derogatory comment towards one of the Jewish boys in that group. He thought I had said it. He took me aside and then walked me home. And I explained that I had not said it. And he said, well, let me tell you a little bit about that statement. That statement is anti-Semitic. That statement is about hate. That statement is prejudice, and that statement is not worthy of anyone to be saying or to be heard by anyone. We had a long conversation. He had had the fortune of growing up in Toronto in a community that was 50% Jewish and 50% non-Jewish. We lived in Sault Ste. Marie, and Jews were a wonderful and rare commodity actually in that place. But he had had that advantage of both seeing anti-Semitism at its worst in Toronto and also understanding the rich gift of the Jews to his community. And he wanted me to hear that and share that story. After that lecture, he marched me down to the house that was about 8 or 10 doors down, where my friends, Lloyd and Brendan, lived. And he told me to apologize to them. And I said, but Dad, I didn't say it. He said, it doesn't matter. You overheard it. And you didn't counter it, is what he said. And that is something that has lasted with me every day of my life. We'll all be going as politicians to the high holy day ceremonies for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur very shortly. We'll show up, but I'll be going there this year as part of those days of awe, as an understanding of what it means to atone. We as a society need to atone for our anti-Semitism, and we need to do it day after day after day. We need to listen to the words of the Torah, the words of Holy Scripture, and listen to the gift that the Jews have brought to our society and counter it every day. Of course, we have to counter racism everywhere. Anti-Black, anti-Asian racism. We have to counter Islamophobia. We have to counter homophobia. We have to counter sexism. But anti-Semitism has a unique place in our world. It is a hatred that refuses to go away. Friends, we've got to do it. Right now, we're talking about this because my government funded an organization called the Canadian Media Advocacy Centre. That money should never have been given to that organization. Due diligence was not done. Someone should lose their job over that. I don't know who that person is. I don't know where that decision gets made in our government, in our bureaucracy, but we need to take action so this does not happen again. Friends, I wish that as we approach the days of awe, the high holy season, that we would embrace, that we would love, that we would engage, that we would learn, and that we would commit this and every day to stop anti-Semitism in every form. Shalom.